Hey guys, today we are going to learn about the cosine ratio. So it is the last of our three basic trigonometric ratios. The cosine ratio is the ratio of the leg adjacent or next to an angle of a right triangle to the hypotenuse. So that means it's the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. So we have this word SOHCAHTOA, which we first saw in our last video. Okay, so SOHCAHTOA means sine is opposite leg over hypotenuse. Okay, so that's what the SO is. Sine is opposite leg over hypotenuse. Then we have CA. The C is for cosine. Cosine is equal to the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. And then TOA. T is for tangent. Tangent is equal to opposite leg over adjacent leg. So in order to be able to use sine, cosine, and tangent, we need to learn how to spell this word and what each letter stands for. Okay, so we are going to learn what the cosine ratio is now. So cosine, written like this, COS, cosine A, is defined as the length of the leg adjacent to angle A. So here's angle A. The leg adjacent to that is right here. Okay, so remember in right triangles there's two legs. There's a leg here and a leg here. They form the right angle. The third side is the hypotenuse. So the leg adjacent to A is side AB, and that goes over the length of the hypotenuse, which is AC. Okay, so we're going to write cosine of U as a fraction and then as a decimal to 4 places. So cosine of angle U, here's angle U, it's the leg adjacent, that's right here, 30, over the hypotenuse, which is 34. So 30 over 34, and that is 0.8824. Okay, then cosine of W, here's angle W, adjacent leg is 16, and the hypotenuse is 34. 16 over 34 is 0.4706. Okay, now I want you to notice that this triangle, we actually used this same triangle for sine, and when we did sine of U, we ended up with 0.4706, and sine of W, 0.8824. When we did cosine, they switched. Cosine U is 0.8824, cosine W is 0.4706. Okay, so sine U and cosine U are reciprocals of each other, and sine W and cosine W are reciprocals of each other. So if we were to find these on our chart, cosine 0.8824. So cosine 0.8824 is right here between 28 and 29 degrees. So angle U is between 28 degrees and 29 degrees. And cosine, when it is 0.4706, that's right here between 61 and 62 degrees. Okay, now those are the same measures that we found in our previous lesson. When we were doing sine, we had the same angle, but we were doing sine, or the same two angles, and we ended up with the same measures. So now we'll do cosine B and cosine C, and we already did this same triangle once in a previous video with sine, and we'll come up with the same angle measures for B and C that we came up with when we were doing sine. So for cosine B equals, here's angle B, the adjacent leg is 20, and the hypotenuse is 29. Adjacent leg over hypotenuse, so 20 over 29 is 0.6897. And then cosine C, here's C, the adjacent leg is 21, and the hypotenuse is 29. 21 divided by 29 is 0.7241. Okay, so now let's look at the chart here. 0.6897 under cosine. That's going to be right here between 46 and 47 degrees. So angle B is somewhere between 46 degrees and 47 degrees. And when cosine is 0.7241, that would be right between here, between 43 and 44 degrees. So angle C is somewhere between 43 degrees and 44 degrees. Okay? Now remember, there's 90 degrees here. That means there's 90 degrees left in this triangle. 46 plus 44 is 90. 43 plus 47 is 90. Whatever decimal value angle B actually is, plus whatever decimal value angle C actually is guaranteed to add up to exactly 90 degrees, so that when I add this 90 here, I end up with a triangle with 180 degrees. And I also want to show you that when we did this same triangle using sine, we ended up with the same angle measures, 43 to 44 degrees and 46 to 47 degrees. Okay, so now we're going to use the cosine ratio to find actual side lengths in our next video.